Hello friends, welcome to YR Today. On this channel, we regularly share the latest news and spoilers from American TV shows. So, let's get into today's important update. Fox News is exposed. The real reason for firing Geraldo Rivera has been revealed. Geraldo gave Fox every night, cutting satire, stinging wit, and progressive beliefs shook conservative audiences. Then something changed. After 23 years, Fox abruptly expelled him with a quick, polished goodbye that did not reflect reality. They claimed he breached a line Fox would never acknowledge publicly. What line did he breach, and why did Fox conceal the truth? Geraldo announced his departure from the Fox chat show, The Five, on June 21, 2023, a Wednesday morning. He wrote with professionalism, grace, and gratitude. However, a malevolent presence was hidden beneath. A building strain transcended editorial differences and personal grievances, which he could no longer ignore. Who or what caused these differences? 8 days passed. The unexpected news followed. Geraldo stayed with the Five. Fox booted him off the show. Geraldo left Fox News due to this reason. Which story is true? Did he resign the Five on June 21, or was he dismissed 8 days later on June 29? Whatever it was, Fox News panicked. The public relations staff reacted quickly. Within hours, they announced an amicable resolution with Geraldo. Geraldo's official send-off occurs on Fox and Friends on June 30. A sophisticated multimedia package showcases his Emmy and Peabody Awards, war journalists from Iraq and Afghanistan, investigative journalism from the 1970s, Willowbrook, and successes. Hosts smile and offer praise. Geraldo thanks everyone. He claims to adore Fox, but does he truly? So, what actually happened? Why conflict? Why the desperate cover-up? Learn about Greg Goodfeld, whom Geraldo greatly hates, to comprehend this. Geraldo omitted the name when mentioning rising tensions. The relationship between the two was toxic. During disagreements, Fox executives consistently sided with Greg. According to Geraldo, Greg Goodfeld hosts the late-night comedy show Goodfeld and is a panelist on The Five. Geraldo claims his time at Fox wasn't possible for the main reason. Allow us to clarify. The Five has never been a discussion show. There is a conservative echo chamber with a token liberal to create the appearance of balance. There are 4 conservatives and 1 liberal in each episode. The liberal's job is easy. Lose. Take your lumps. Make conservatives appear clever. Be quiet and take it. Exactly what Fox wanted. Juan Williams performed this for years before quitting in 2021. Geraldo was anticipated to fulfill this role upon joining in January 2022. Geraldo did not do that. Greg Goodfeld loathed him for his strong and noisy way of fighting back. Absolutely hated him. You could see it on camera. Contempt, dismissal, and personal insults disguised as political disagreement. The fights went beyond typical TV strife. They were vicious and personal. We'll demonstrate the destructive nature of their connection through situations that may seem exaggerated. On May 4, 2022, a draft Supreme Court ruling was leaked, indicating a potential reverse of Roe v. Wade. On The Five, abortion is discussed. Goodfeld rejoices, citing the success of proliferators. He argues that pro-choice advocates lack the courage to present their argument clearly. Geraldo responds, and the two engage in a heated exchange of insults. It was awful to watch. As they continued, the studio became quiet. Other hosts paused, unsure of their next move. This is no longer a TV conflict. This is genuine hatred expressed on live television. The segment ended awkwardly, and everyone moved on. They were meant to, but did they? The damage is done. Millions witnessed 2 grown men nearly clash over abortion rights. Things worsen. In September 2021, they discussed immigration, notably the controversy surrounding Border Patrol agents on horseback dealing with Haitian migrants at the southern border, before May 2022. Gutfeld discusses the increase in violent crime. Geraldo makes a connection between Haitian immigrants and crime. Gutfeld is accused of expressing stereotyped assumptions about Haitians. Gutfeld, enraged, accused Geraldo of humiliation. "Well, be embarrassed," Geraldo replied. Shouting increased, with both guys talking over each other. Gutfeld requested Geraldo apologize, but Geraldo refused and said that Gutfeld was creating unfair connections, therefore the argument escalated. Attempts were made by other hosts to control the situation. Two men tried to change the topic, yet they still dislike each other. Visible and tactile via the screen. Another issue is the vaccine debate. The issue involved physical violence threats. They discussed COVID vaccinations, mandates, and personal choice. The Gutfeld and Jesse Waters team accused Geraldo of disrespecting those who refuse vaccination. Geraldo referred to unvaccinated individuals as arrogant and greedy. He firmly advocated for forced immunization. Gutfeld asserted his body's autonomy and choice. According to Geraldo, this was an exception. He pointed at Gutfeld and threatened to bash him if he approached his family without vaccination. That altered the studio atmosphere. Despite a physical threat, Gutfeld remained calm and the other hosts soon intervened to resolve the situation. But everyone saw what happened. On live national television, Geraldo Rivera threatened Greg Gutfeld with violence. Several battles occurred repeatedly. Topics covered: abortion, immigration, vaccinations, gun control, and electric automobiles. Every topic became a fight. Every disagreement turned personal. According to Geraldo, Fox executives consistently supported Gutfeld. Always. During their conflict, management preferred and protected Gutfeld, giving him more coverage and suppressing Geraldo's appearances. Geraldo viewed it as unjust. He claimed to like being on the Five, but the feeling was not mutual. Fox seems to penalize him for crossing a line they didn't inform him of. Little did Gerald realize that crossing one boundary meant no turning back. Fox wants him gone for more than just the Gutfeld conflict. He became too risky to remain around due to another reason, debate, or line he crossed. Tucker Carlson, the breaking point. Tucker Carlson was untouchable at Fox News. With the biggest star ever, millions of spectators tuned in every night at 8 o'clock. His Tucker Carlson show tonight ruled television news. Created hundreds of millions in advertising revenue for Fox. Tucker was able to say practically anything without consequence. Just about everything. On January 6, 2021, thousands of Trump supporters attempt to block the certification of Joe Biden's election victory at the Capitol building. Police officers were beaten and people died. According to Tucker Carlson, the FBI staged the event as a false flag operation to discredit Trump supporters. He said that federal operatives were planted in the crowd to instigate violence. Does Tucker have a valid point, or was his statement completely untrue? Tucker persisted and interviewed others who denied January 6th's appearance. In October 2021, Tucker launched Patriot Purge, a Fox Nation documentary series. Very intense trailer. It was said that the government manufactured the Capitol attack, began a new war of terror against conservatives, and held political detainees on January 6. Geraldo couldn't keep quiet after seeing the trailer. He denied the charges on Twitter. He called them offensive, outrageous, and unsubstantiated. He stated to the New York Times that Tucker was being provocative rather than informative. That some of your statements are more incendiary than others. Geraldo deemed tampering with January 6 information hazardous and irresponsible. Think he has a point? Geraldo stated that the violence was caused by Donald Trump and his allies, not the FBI or secret agents, who refused to accept electoral defeat. Was this true? In 2025, it was revealed that BBC edited Trump's remarks to seem he was advocating for destruction. Could the BBC have done it independently, or was it encouraged by someone or an organization? The comments made by Geraldo against Tucker caused significant issues for him at Fox. The network supported Tucker's claims and allowed him to promote them throughout the January 6 election, attracting viewers and revenue. Geraldo, a Fox personality, publicly contradicted the network's narrative, making them appear bad. But Geraldo continued. Can't stop. Every time Tucker promoted the false flag concept, Geraldo opposed it. Tucker always had Geraldo to refute his claims regarding January 6. This lasted months. Management was becoming increasingly agitated as tensions increased. Then April 2023. Everything changed. Tucker Carlson was dismissed. Completely unexpected. Shocked media worldwide. Tucker was once the cable news king. Next day, he was gone. Erased. Fox resigned on April 24, 2023, following a $787.5 million deal with Dominion Voting Systems, one of the largest media settlements in American history. Dominion sued Fox for intentionally disseminating the false narrative of rigged voting machines. Fox executives knew election fraud claims were baseless, but promoted them for ratings and revenue, according to internal emails uncovered in the complaint. The deal was highly embarrassing and costly for Tucker. When Tucker was fired, Geraldo did not show sympathy or express condolences. The author posted about Tucker Carlson's January 6 idea online within 48 hours. The words were a bombshell for Fox News. Geraldo, a Fox personality, publicly celebrated Tucker's firing and criticized his theories as perverse and garbage, contradicting Fox's editorial stance for 2 years. This made Fox look foolish for defending Tucker for so long. Fox executives were in uncontrollable anger. How dare Geraldo trash Tucker post-departure? How dare he demean the network? Why would he reveal the truth when Fox has spent millions on concealing it? Geraldo was quietly suspended by Fox. He was rescued from air. Over time, his appearances on The Five were cancelled. At first, rarely, then often, and finally virtually entirely. Geraldo hasn't appeared on The Five since May 24, 2023, as per transcript searches. He had barely been online a few times in the previous month. He faced gradual removal from network programs and punishment for disclosing the truth about Tucker on January 6. He was not surprised when Fox officials informed him of his termination from The Five in mid-June. The outcome was inevitable after months of stress, punishment, and Fox's attempts to muzzle him. Geraldo was offered additional jobs and shows, but he understood what they were. These demotions were disguised as opportunity to keep him under contract and silent. He still has 1.5 years left on his contract and could just wait it out and earn guaranteed money. After reviewing the proposals, he declined. "If you fire me from your top show," he said, "I'll quit." And he did. Withdrew from a promised salary of 1.5 years. He left Fox News after 23 years due to a shift in his philosophy. He would not lie about January 6 and continued to criticize Tucker's beliefs, even at great expense. Fox was unable to tolerate a fundamental incompatibility that lay beyond the personal problems, Gutfeld battles, and Tucker criticism. Geraldo Rivera was liberal. It may seem obvious, but consider its significance. Fox favored a liberal token. A gentle defender who ultimately loses most disputes. Someone who would make conservatives appear sensible and well-informed for contrast. Someone who would do their role in the structured cable news discourse. Geraldo declined. He vigorously defended abortion rights, backed vaccination mandates, decried police brutality, denounced bigotry and xenophobia, ridiculed Trump's election claims, and condemned the January 6 movement. His positions were neither quiet or private. He clashed with them strongly on air. He verified his colleagues' information. He brought receipts. Sometimes he made conservatives look bad. Fox couldn't allow that. On The View in July 2023, Geraldo stated, "My ideology does not fit Fox." Those were his exact words. The network tolerated his progressive views as long as he stayed inside his function and fulfilled their expectations. However, they resisted when he confronted Tucker or protected his positions outside the lane. He found it tough to be the odd man out. Said the show's tone became more volatile, personal, and angry. The speaker reported a developing tension beyond editorial differences and personal grievances. Meaning, they didn't merely disagree with his politics. They loathed him for having them. His presence bothered them. They wanted him gone. And their hope came true. After 23 years of service, loyalty, and content delivery, Geraldo Rivera was sacked from Fox News' premiere show for failing to cease being leftist. He refused to stop discussing Tucker's assertions, refused to deny January 6th's reality, and his philosophy no longer fit their corporate narrative. The network portrayed it as a natural, mutual, and friendly resolution. Geraldo posted online that he was fired, appeared on The View, and claimed that Fox favored Goodfeld in disputes, reduced his appearances, suspended him for criticizing Tucker, and offered him meaningless roles to keep him quiet. Fox News dismissed Geraldo Rivera in 2023 for contradicting conservative media's January 6 narrative regarding Tucker Carlson's Trump lies. Geraldo was sacked, pushed out, and removed from Fox News after 23 years. Conclusion, right? He rides off into the sunset, retires, and vanishes. Not even close. 7 months after departing Fox in February 2024, Geraldo found a new home. NewsNation announced his appointment as correspondent-at-large. NewsNation is Nexstar Media's effort at centrist cable news. Fox has been secretly employing former personalities who quit or were fired. Leland Vitter, Chris Steiwald, and Laura Engel were among those who grew impatient of Fox's hard right turn. Those seeking to resume traditional journalism. Geraldo matched perfectly. Premiered on February 14, 2024, on Cuomo, hosted by CNN refugee Chris Cuomo. The president of NewsNation praised Geraldo as a legendary journalist with unmatched talent and experience. Geraldo, a 50-year television veteran with many Emmys, Peabody Award, war correspondence, and investigative journalism, is a well-known figure. He's still popular. Here's what matters. Geraldo resisted Fox's attempts to quiet him. He continues to provide political commentary and breaking news analysis on television numerous times a week at 82 years old. He updates his website with videos and opinions. He publishes columns on immigration, law enforcement, and current events for publications such as the Long Island Press. He frequently posts on X about politics, family, and other topics. In his wife's dream house in Shaker Heights, Ohio, he shares exercise videos and holiday posts with his grandchildren. He is semi-retired from hosting but remains active in journalism and criticism. Despite losing his career at Fox, he remains relevant and fights for his beliefs. The real story is here. Although Fox did not fire him, he continued to voice his ideas despite being disciplined. Despite being suspended, reduced, and fired from Fox's top show, he defended his liberal views, called Greg Gutfeld, insulted Punk on live television, and remained himself despite Fox's attempts to change him. At NewsNation, he is continuing his work. Continued to be liberal, vocal, and reject the game. Fox believed firing him would silence him. I believed pushing him away would make him leave. Although 82 years old, Geraldo Rivera is still performing the same duties at Fox. Being honest, confronting authority, and speaking up. Thus, his tale mattered. He persevered after being dismissed, rather than letting it stop him.